Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be looking into how to runes, basically put the some of the good runes I would think for Budo heroes since they are pretty hot right now. Except you can't find them in the war chats anymore. So the first thing we're going to look into is the troops. The troop is probably one of the best troop in game. Um, and what's the best part about it is gives critical chance. Basically, you max it out. The 5 star is 23.8% critical chance. And then for every Budo hero, Budo hero that you use along with the troops, they get an additional 8%. So that approximately will put you at around 32% chance of critical strike. Well, that's really good. Now let's go back and look at all the heroes that we have. So Hiromi, she is 5 star. The way I rune her is I basically use a lot of critical damage. Okay, let's go ahead and look at her base stat real quick. Her base stat right now, there's only a couple things that I'm looking in right now. Is that her critical chance with all the runes I put on her, her base critical chance is 7%. So if you use her along with the Budo troops, that's additional 32. So that will put her at approximately 40% chance of critical strike. And with the rune that she has on right now, add an additional 52%, almost 53%. So that will put her over 90% of the time she will hit critical. That's pretty dang good, in my opinion. Um, there's a team cooldown reduction, 3%. I don't know what the heck that means. That's new. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe they added that just to make them not too OP because Budo heroes are very, very strong. Um, but anyway, so that's what I put, and then the other things that you really want to basically maximize her damage is several ways you can go with this. Personally, I like critical damage. Okay, so every time she does a critical hit, the critical there, she would do the base damage is 175% of her base attack. But now I added more critical damage to her, so that means I added a 94.2% from the runes to her critical damage. So that you're looking at almost 300%, about 275% extra damage every time she hits criticals. That's huge. Other things that you can put on her is physical penetration or physical ability power. I'm personally not a big fan of physical ability power, even though it does a decent job. But I will pick physical penetration over physical ability power. And the reason is physical penetration does ignore, not completely, but to a certain extent, the defense of the enemy. So that does help. But yeah, those are basically the three most important thing that probably all the Budo heroes will need, in my opinion. But not. But you're gonna see some of my other heroes. They don't have um as high of a critical damage as Hiromi, because Hiromi, she attacks, her attacks are really high, so you want to really boost her ability, her attack strength up as much as possible. Now, I mean, she is only 39k power. You can easily boost her power up by adding a physical penetration to her. That will probably put her at over 40k. But I really don't care about power as much because yeah, she can go over 40k, but because her ability scales with physical ability power and physical penetrations, it doesn't do you any good if you just keep throwing physical penetration on top of that, because at a certain point it's gonna get scaled down and it'd be a waste. But anyway, for rune wise, you can see I have critical damage, 2 sets of critical damage, and 1 set of basic attack speed. So let's go ahead and look individual. Okay, for individually, you see this one I have physical penetration, which is good. I like physical penetration, and if you look, that's the primary stat. The secondary stat, which is all below, they all has some attribute. Not is not the best, but what we want to focus on, because if you want to find a room with like crazy stats, it's gonna be really tough, and you're probably gonna sit around for years before you get one. So what we want to focus on the most is the primary um primary stat, because when you upgrade the rune to the level 13, which is the highest level you can go, the primary stat is gonna get the most boost. So compared to all the others, so that's why primary is what we're gonna be looking into. So for that one is physical penetrations, physical ability power. Like I said, it's not the best, but it does help boost her basic attack damage indirectly. So, and then again, the other all the other energy generation is crap. I really don't care about it, but it's there. There's nothing I can do about it. But basic attack speed is good. Critical chance, of course, we always need that. Now let's look at this other room right here. This one you can see critical damage is 30% additional, and then basically down you can see basic attack damage, attack speed, penetration. So this is a pretty good room right here. Everything is attack related, and that's really gonna help out. Um, and then this room right below, you can see it's critical chance again, 16%. Every time you max it out to level 13, that's as high as it's going to get. And then bottom is critical damage, basic attack speed, physical ability power. So this again is pretty good room as well. And then critical damage, again for this one. So you can see basically I boosted up nothing but critical chance and critical damage are my main thing. Um, and then the last one, critical chance again. So you need quite a bit of critical chance, but you don't want to do nothing but critical chance, because the maximum amount of critical chance you can get is 100%. Anything over 100%, your hero will just do criticals all the time, which to me is a waste of a stat. So you want to hit anywhere between I would say about 90%, including on top of Budo's troops. Okay, so without Budo's troop, you want to hit anywhere between 70 to 60% critical chance at a time. So when you use the Budo troops along with it, that bumps you right up to basically in the 90s to 100% critical, and that's where you want to be. But so critical chance, I got one rune that does critical chance. I got two runes that does critical chance. So both of them combined will give me approximately about 32% critical chance, and on top of all the other minor stats, it boosts my critical chance quite a bit. So that's for Hiromi, and let's go to Takeda. Takeda, I know a lot of people don't like him; they think he's useless, but honestly, I think he's really tanky. He might not be the best physical tank in game, um, but he's right up there though. I believe the best physical tank in game right now is probably going to be Atrax, which is a new legendary hero. I think he's right under him or very close to him. So, and the reason I'm said that because of his ability to regenerate shields, and that makes him somewhat pretty tough to kill. Now, I don't have the perfect room set for him yet because I'm still working on him. I'm still looking for rooms that to make the best of him, make the best use of him. So right now you're gonna see that's why those two runes on the top left corner are basically purple, because I really don't care. I'm probably gonna switch them out soon. And the reason I said that is again, Takeda. I'm gonna show you his stat right now. His stat right now is critical. If you look at critical chances, only 7% base. That's pretty sad. I have absolutely no boost in his critical chance. That means I'm not making the best use of him. So that's what I'm looking for. The rooms that I will need gonna have to have physical, I mean not physical, critical chance, and I need to get it at least. I need to have at least two rooms with physical chance that will give me an additional 32%. Um, critical chance plus 7, that will put me at almost 40% critical chance. And on top of that, when I use the Budo troops along with him, he will be hitting at about 70% of the time critical hits, which is really good because one of his ability, every time he does a critical strike, he gains a set almost 18k health shield for 6 seconds. That's huge. So, and because of that, rune set you're gonna and he you can easily boost this guy up to 40k power plus easily if you just throw a bunch of you know, health, physical defense, magical defense kind of stuff on him. And that's what I have on here. He's currently at 36k physical ability power. I expect to, by the time I'm done with swapping out the rooms and everything, he's probably going to be right around 39, if not 40%. I mean, not 40%, 40k power. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rooms that are in gold first, okay? So the gold rooms are max. That's, and we're gonna look at just the primary, because the primary is what's most important. All the other one are, to me, a bonus. They are very important too, but you can't always have everything you need. But this room seems to be pretty cool because the health is 20% additional, and on top of that is all physical and magical defense, which is great. This one, again, additional health along with, it's a health room along with primary stats health as well, and it got some physical penetration, defense, and physical ability power. And so this one is a little different. Instead of health, I'm going for physical defense, and max it out is 26.3%. And along with other minor stats that I'm not really too concerned of. And then again, this last piece is also physical defense, another additional 26.3%. And he also got 7.88% health at the bottom. That's pretty good. Now, this other two room are gonna get swapped out once I find a better one. So this one, the only reason I put this one in here is just to complete the set so I can get the 12 additional physical defense in there. Other than that, is out the door. But so it has physical ability power, which is, I really don't care about physical ability power in Takeda. I mean, great, that it's good that he's strong, but at the same time, his main role is the defense and tank, not to do massive attack, because it's not gonna happen. And then this other room right here is also a temporary one, because you notice the second one right at the below the physical defense is magical ability power. This guy is a physical hero. He has no magical ability power, so that this room is only again temporary, because I'm putting it in here just so that I can benefit off from the primary stat. But as soon as I get the proper room, I will switch both of them out, and both those primary stats are gonna be critical chance. So that's for Takeda. The next one, we have Setsuna. She's an okay hero in my opinion, not the best melee hero, but I think her health needs to increase a little bit more to make her survive a little bit longer. If she go head on with most heroes, she will die pretty quick, unfortunately. Even though she does quite a bit decent damage, but not the best. Not the best in my opinion. She could be better. So let's look at her stats. The stat now, she has a 65.4% chance of additional critical chance, plus 7%. That put her over 70%. On top of Budo troops, she is gonna do critical. She's already at over 100% chance critical. So that means she's gonna do critical all the time. So that's something I might switch out in the future to lower her critical chance a little bit. I'm probably gonna be comfortable around 90%. I don't need to go 100% or over 100%. If it's 90%, that means, chances are you're gonna hit critical nonstop anyway. But so right now she's at 70, 72, yeah, 72% without Budo troops. With Budo troops in there, she's be at 104% critical chance. There's no need to go that high. I could use the extra stat in for maybe critical damage instead. So, but her critical damage right now is additional 91%, which is pretty cool. She has no cooldown like Hiromi, team cooldown reduction. Still don't know what the heck that means by 3%. I think they just did that to Hiromi to nerf her a little bit. Anyway, her DPS is about 8K per second, which is not too bad. Hiromi is oh yeah, she's hitting more than 10K per second. And her runes, wait, wrong person. Her rune is critical strike chance 20%. I'm probably gonna be looking for a new rune that probably gonna do physical critical damage. But because this one is critical chance, it's got health on it, basic attack speed, basic magical defense. It's not even that good of a rune. I might use that rune for something else in the future, but for now it's gonna stay there until I can find a replacement rune that this one might even be better. Has physical ability power, and then his basic attack speed, energy generation, which I don't like, lifesteal, Lifesteal was three. No, I might wait for another room for now, just so that it will basic attack damage, energy again, generation, which I do not want and I do not care for it. Yeah, she's gonna have to wait till I find a better rune. Maybe has to be. I'm probably gonna get physical, not physical, but critical damage increase boost on here. But so anyway, so this one's critical chance, critical damage, and critical chance. This one is critical damage again at 30% for the basic attack speed, and again another basic attack speed, and the primary stats on that is basic attack speed at 18% increase. So that means you can use her. You can also use critical damage rune on her. The set that will give you an additional 10% if you want. I personally, it doesn't matter. You can use speed because speed will benefit her anyway. And she has a pretty high DPS, so speed will benefit her. Critical damage will benefit her, and even again, physical penetration will also benefit her as well. Same with physical ability power. So there's several ways you can do it. Build her up. She works well with basically anything attack. She's not there to defend. She's not there to rub somebody, sue somebody down. She is there to really take them out really quick and be done with it. And that's how you want to build her. So she is not the perfect one that I have at the moment with the runes. I will be switching them out if I find a better one. But for now, this will stay. And again, her power is only 36.3k, not that high. But if you wanted to go for power, then use your physical penetration runes will give you more power that way. Um. Anyway, next, so let's move on to our last hero, which is Tengu. Tengu right now, he's before I thought he sucked, but man, but but now he might suck a damn it for it. Before I thought when it first came out, I didn't really like him. He didn't seem to do much, but by himself, it doesn't do much. But what him using along with other Budo heroes, well, it makes him pretty dang good, and that's why he got nerfed like 3 times. Not once, twice, but 3 times. This hero has been nerfed the most since any compared to any other hero in game. He is actually a very good hero. Unfortunately, he's only 4 stars. I need him to get him to 5 star. Currently he's at 34.4k power. If I get him to 5 stars, you're probably gonna be looking at about 37k power. And one more thing when I talk about Sasuna. Sasuna right now, I have her on a ice awakening skill. She normally you do PvP. Her Amber Fire awakening skill is better, but when you use her for boss, you want to use Ice skill on her because she does a pretty decent job of waking up the boss for you. Anyway, Tengu right here. Let's go ahead and look at his stats. And again, he'll benefit really well if you want his power to increase. Go ahead and throw magical penetration on him. That will help. He's the only magical heroes of all the 4 Budo heroes, and his basic attack damage right now is about 8.8k DPS. Health is all right. I really don't care much about health on him. Uh, well, he's not a main attacker, but you do need a little decent health just so that he can stay alive long enough. Now you can see his magical penetration in here is 440 plus 440. Yes, he is a good hero with magical penetration because he attacks the heck out of the other team because of his magical penetration. Critical chance again, he's at 73.1%. But then again, if you look at his base critical damage, is only 3%. So yes, he's an overkill for critical chance. We do not need that much because most of the time I use him with the Budo troops anyway. So with the Budo troops, he's already sitting way over 100%. That's 100. Let me see, 105, 108, 108, 109% probably. uh, critical chance. And then critical damage is only at 37.1%. That's kind of low. Of course, you want that number up a little bit more. So that's probably something I'm going to be looking in the future too, to see if there's any replacement runes I can mess around with to increase his critical damage, or even physical, or not physical damage, magical, um, oh wait, not even magical, just regular critical damage is what I mean. Dang it. So let's look at his rune individually. So of course we see two sets here: basic attack speed. Of course, the faster it attacks, the more damage he will do. So, but other runes, that set of runes that will benefit him are again critical damage rune. Those are pretty good. So this one, he's got magical penetration, which is good. The only one I don't like is energy generation. Again, that's but it's only 1.49, so it's not even make a significant difference anyway. But I don't really care about that. But critical chance is what we have on this one. This one down here is magical penetration. This room right here is actually pretty good. You see nothing but magical, magical, magical. So that's really magical there. This one has a critical chance again, and basic attack speed help, which is not needed. Basic attack bad damage, so 17.1%. That's not bad. But so one of these rooms gonna go later, and I probably gonna add physical penetration to it or critical damage. One of those. Again, this one has magical penetration, 26.3%, which is really good. And then it has a huge boost of critical chance of 15.3%, which, oh my god, overkill. That's pretty much how almost goal level for a rune with critical chance on it. And then this one is critical damage, which is great. Attack speed, penetration. This rune is perfect. It will stay with the way where it is. And then this one is basic attack speed. Again, man, energy generation. You need to get the heck out of there. But so this room is fine. This room is fine. This room probably gonna go. This one I'll let it stay, and this one it will stay. I'm probably gonna swap this one out soon. Maybe one of these physical. See, if that would be magical ability power, I would. Wow, critical damage chance is 18%. That's a really good rune. Um, but anyway, I need something that's. See, I have another critical chance, which I do not need. But that one's probably gonna go. Um, it gets really hard when you only depend one shape of room and one particular room that you need. It gets really, really tough to find that room that will fit. But at the moment, it will stay there for now until I find a better one to replace it. But for again, Tengu, you want critical chance up to approximately 60%. Um, that's that's before Budo troops, of course, and you want the rest to be critical damage, magical penetrations, and even attack speed will be very good for him. And of course, magical ability power as well, because that will boost up your basic attack speed. Not basic attack, basic attack damage. Okay, I'm getting like all these words just become blurred together at this point. So, but yeah, that is pretty much everything. One thing that I find it probably gonna be useful is lifesteal. Maybe have some lifesteal on Tengu and even Hiromi. And the reason I said that is because they are very squishy in battle. They have very low health, so if they get if they run up to another Hiromi, they might get destroyed pretty quick. But or some other hero that attacks backline, they're pretty squishy. Or even if going up against Astrid, because she deflects damages. So if you have some sort of life steal, that might help. And again, that's just up to you. Is That's probably the bottom of the list. Uh, but if any secondary stat with life steal might be a little bit beneficial. Probably not that much beneficial unless you have multiples. And what I mean is, not like 10% life steal, because that's probably gonna barely let you making it. Maybe 15. 20% around there. But but yeah, so that is how I brew my Budo heroes. Uh, Let me know what other strategies that you guys are using for runes in the comments below, because I'm willing to try different things. Just because I like them, they're really fun to have around, and they are very tough to beat. So anyway, that is it for this video, guys. I will see you all in the next one.